Welcome back to the Happy Hour, guys, and welcome to the New Holland Brewing Company here in Holland, Michigan. No clogs, no tulips, just dragons. Whoa! Sorry, a dragon just flew by. One of their favorite beers here, Dragon's Milk. Let's go check out New Holland. I'll take care of this for you. So this is Brett Vanderkamp, the owner and co-founder of New Holland, and he had some scoop for the Happy Hour, guys. They are coming east. That's right. New Holland is about to begin distribution to New York State. I love the fact that you are leading with, in terms of especially opening up a market like New York, you're leading with a barrel-aged, very remarkable, complex, but really well-balanced beer. That's not what we see when we see a lot of breweries trying to come into new markets.
I think the beer, it's been something that the brewery has taken great pride in. The brewers themselves have taken great pride in. It's a real pain to make labor-wise. I mean, it really speaks to our company's philosophy. So it really, what has happened is Dragon's Milk can actually be the lead-in. It's the beer that people start to know us by, and then it actually once they get to know the New Holland family of beers, they understand the consistency, the quality of the product we deliver, then they come back and pull forward a lot of our, what I would call our mainstay beers, like our Mad Hatter, our Poet Stout, and then our seasonals as well.
I really believe that we're in the greatest time for food and drink in the history of the world.
So we're standing here with Fred Bueltmann. Fred, what is your title here at New Holland?
I am beer evangelist and partner for New Holland Brewing and Artisan Spirits.
Beer evangelist, possibly the best title ever.
It's an important mission, bringing beer to the people. You're here at the production campus of our operation. We've got this building and then our pub downtown. And we moved out here in 2006. We took up half of this, what you see, the horseshoe building behind us. And in the last, say, 3 to 6 months, we've gone under a big expansion project where in September we opened our new Dragon's Milk cellar, which is a 6,000 square foot cellar, just to barrel-aged Dragon's Milk, our barrel-aged stout.
How do you fit all the dragons in there?
Very carefully. We're investing close to $3 million here this year alone to expand our capacity, increase some of the processing, handling that we can do in terms of quality, continue to up our game so we can make the best beer possible and bring it to the people that want it. Dragon's Milk is driving our growth. This is a 10% barrel-aged stout that we used to do a single batch of a year, and it was this little specialty beer at the very end of your tasting because it was, you know, big and impressive. And it's become an everyday beer, and it's on track to become our top-selling beer, both in volume and dollars.
All right, we can't take it anymore. Show us where you keep the dragons.
So the cellar was built to hold about a little over 3,000 of these barrels, something like 3,200. Right now we're running somewhere around 40 to 50% of that.
So let's just put this in perspective. The day we were there, they had around 1,600 barrels full of Dragon's Milk aging. To say we were gobsmacked in a good way, that's an understatement. We've been to many, many breweries where just that would be, oh my God, that's huge. This is like a quarter of the room, I mean, or less. This is astonishing. Now, Dragon's Milk isn't the only beer they make, but they're leading with it as they come into New York. But they've got some really solid other brews as well. And did we mention they pair really well with food? We spent a little time at their food pairing lab, also known as their downtown brew pub. Folks, you need to visit this place. The Mad Hatter IPA.
I think it also is a great beer that demonstrates something that you've probably heard us talk about a few times already, which is that we really believe in balance. We look at balance within our company, within our portfolio, and in every given beer.
Dragon's Milk, which is an ale, a dark ale, aged in oak barrels. And as you were saying before, this is a beer that was really sort of brewed with aging in wood in mind, right? This was sort of built for wood.
Again, balancing flavors, where we want the bourbon to be present, we want the oak to be present, we want the malt and other characters of the beer to be present.
And how would you pair this beer? Like if you were going to serve it with a meal, how would you pair it?
This beer is the most versatile beer to have when you're in a pairing situation because it'll go with things like balsamic and greens, it'll go with beef and mushrooms, it'll go with chocolate and caramel and custards. I kind of call it the shapeshifter because different flavors will come forward at different times.
New Holland Brewing Company in Michigan, they're about to make an expansion into some new markets, and that's going to be very exciting. But if you get a chance, track these beers down and try them. It has been our absolute pleasure having you guys on the Happy Hour, guys, and thank you so much for being with us.
Cheers to everybody out there supporting craft beer.
Cheers, everybody. We'll see you next time. The cameraman just tried the Kolsch. I think he's happy.